to do a sunrise stretch session, low energy, waking yourself up. Also, you could do it right before you go to bed, wind yourself down. Just gonna open up the hips, legs, glutes. So grab your water if you'd like. Turn on some meditative music, some wind down or sunshine music, whatever you're feeling like you want to stretch to. Turn on your watch for either yoga or stretching, whatever kind of setting you have on there. And besides that, find the floor or a mat. We're gonna start with some cat cows. So, cat cow, you're going knees underneath your hips, and you're gonna go wrists underneath your shoulders. Then you're gonna drop the belly down, belly button to the floor as much as you can. You're gonna look up, breathe in, and you're gonna push away from the floor, round out your back as far as you can, and breathe out. And you're gonna breathe all the way out. You're gonna feel your lower abs engage once you have like the last 2-second breath in you. That's when the lower abs will turn on. So we want full cycles of the breath to engage those deep core muscles. So look up, breathe in, round out, breathe out. And drop the belly, look up, breathe in. Round out, push away from the floor, breathe out. Drop the belly, look up, breathe in. Round out, push away from the floor, breathe out. The other thing you can do, you're cycling with your breath, but if this feels good looking up, you could kind of hang your head. If it feels good to stretch through the neck, and then when you push away, you can go side to side through the hips, or push, kind of keep the hands on the floor, but stretch to one side or the other side. You might feel that between your shoulder blades. So just play around with it, see what your body needs. I played volleyball yesterday, so this, when I pull back and it's right in between the shoulder blades, feels really good on the upper back shoulders. But keep breathing, get long breath cycles. Okay, then you're going to take your fingertips and you're going to turn out to the side and then as far towards you as you can with the forearms. So spin the fingers around, going out and then back so they face you, so your hands are reversed, and then we're going to do little tiny shoulder circles, stretching through the forearms. You're going to feel this a little bit in the hips, kind of rotating around, but mainly forearms, little shoulder. Let's work on the stretching the forearms, wrist flexibility. Keep breathing, deep breath in through your nose, out through the back of your throat. And switch directions, do that same thing, other direction. Okay, then we're going to flip, we're going to do into a downward dog. So you're going to go really, really big hands on the ground, and then we're going to push our hips up to the sky, drop, you're going to think sink through your heels. So I want to let my heels try to touch the floor. I'm going to let my head, my chest drop to the floor. This is my downward dog. So you're actively pushing through the hands, pushing your head away from your hands, and then letting your, you can lock out your knees if you want a really, really good stretch through the hamstrings or the back of the knees, or you're letting your heels sink to the floor, feel that stretch through the hamstrings. This is my stretch, least favorite stretch. It hurts. So sink the heels down, pushing through the floor. We're in that down dog. Okay, then we're going to pedal the calf. So you're going to bend one knee and lift the heel up while the other heel sinks to the floor. And then you're going to switch. It's kind of like you're walking in place without moving your feet. So heel drops to the floor, knee locks out, and then you switch sides while you bend the other leg. So we're pedaling our calves out in that down dog position. So continue to push away from the floor with your hands as you stretch through the calves, sinking through the heels. As you do this, it should slowly, your muscles should slowly relax and help you be able to go farther. They're being stretched, they're going to release. Okay, then we're going to come through, so like push-up position, and then we're going to drop our hips down. We're going to point our toes, stay nice and tall. This is called Cobra. So you want to think, open up the shoulders. So pull the shoulders out away, and then just take some deep breaths. You're going to feel this kind of release tension on the low back. If this is too much for the wrists, you can also come down into mini Cobra, just on the elbows, doing that same thing. We're still opening up through the shoulders, or the next one might be called Sphinx. I'm not a yoga professional, but throwing in the yoga stretches here and there, so good. Either one of those, whatever feels best. Okay, then we're going to come to a half kneeling position. So you're going to go push up, and you're going to go big step forward towards your hands. And then we're going to drop that back knee and lift up our chest. So one knee is bent in front of us, one leg is behind us. We might start to feel that stretch of the hip flexor. We're going to do a pec stretch. So you're going to put your hands together. Wherever leg is in front, that's what direction I'm twisting. So my hands are going to be together. I'm going to open up one way all the way as far as I can. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then I'm going to close it off, and I'm going to go again. So I'm going to open up towards that front leg, get a good stretch through the shoulders, through the pec, and close it off. Go again. So when you're here, you can reach out in front with that hand that's swinging. Reach out in front, and then you're going to open up, stretch through the pec, reach as far back as you can. One more time. Reach out in front, and then open up, stay nice and tall, stretch through the chest. Okay, good. Then we're going to pop this back leg. So you're on your knee, stretching through the quadriceps. So you're feeling that on the leg that's down on the floor, the knee that's down on the floor. You're going to feel it through that front leg, stretching through the quad. Same thing, keep breathing. When it's really painful, you got to tell your brain, breathe in through the nose, out through the back of the throat. Okay, then we're gonna stretch our hamstrings. So you're gonna go straight leg, that front leg is straight, leaning into it. Stretching through the back of the leg. Same thing, keep breathing. This is why it's always so tight on me, hamstrings, in through your nose. Out through your mouth, back of the throat. Okay, then we're going to take this front leg and we're going to put it on the floor and we're going to twist this back leg so we're sideways now. So we're feeling that through the obliques. So my front foot is as flat on the floor as you can get, the bottom of the foot flat. And then we're leaning into it through, stretch into those hip adductors, the inside of the leg stretch. You can also reach towards that leg, get a long stretch through the obliques. If you reach forward out in front of you, you're going to feel that kind of stretch through the side of the hip, back of the hip. Okay, then we're going to do all that on the other side. So we're going to twist, put your hands back down on the floor, inside the leg, pop the back foot up. You're going to bring that foot back, so you're going to push up position. We're going to start with downward dog. So you're going to push your head back, pedal out your calves again. See if you can get farther this time. We've stretched one side. See if you notice a difference from side to side. I feel less stretched through my right leg, which is what I just stretched. Big deep breaths. Let your chest sink to the floor. I'm going to breathe in some energy. And then we're going to go left leg. So you go push up position, left leg big, step forward. You're going to rest that back knee on the floor. And we are going to come up into a half kneeling position. Hands come together out in front of me. I'm going to open up towards my front leg. So my left leg's forward. So now my left hand is going to reach back. Get a good twist right here. And then you're going to close it off. Left hand reaches as far forward. You're going to feel that through the upper back, scapulas. Reach as far forward as you can. And then you're going to open up, twist, stretching through the chest pec. Then go again, close, reach out in front. If you reach up a little bit, you might feel the oblique shoulder. So whatever you're feeling like you need right in between the shoulder blades, or lat muscle. Then open up, play around with what you feel like you need. Good stretch. Go one more time, reach out in front. And open up through the chest. And we're going to pop this back leg, so grab with your hand, pop the back leg, we're going to stretch through the quadricep. Deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, then we're going to lower that back leg, and we're going to straighten this front leg, stretching through the hamstrings, so pull the hips back, stretching the back of the leg. You can point your toe, maybe go a little bit farther, you're going to feel that more in your hamstring. When you flex your toe, you're going to feel that a little bit more behind your knee, lower hamstring. Breathe. Remember, if it hurts, focus on your breathing in through your nose, out through your back of your throat. It's called our Ujjayi breath. Okay, then I'm going to twist so you guys can see. This front leg, you would normally just take my back leg and twist. This straight leg out in front is going to come to the side. So I'm stretching through my adductors. One leg bent behind me, reaching over to the side. So one leg's behind, one leg's out in front, stretch. Reach over, you can feel your long stretch through the obliques, lats. You feel that in the bottom of that straight leg, those are your adductors. You can twist, so you take your hand and kind of reach diagonally out in front of you. You're gonna feel that a little bit more through the low back hips. So just play around with this hand where you're reaching. See what your body needs. See what's tight. Okay, then we're gonna go back to flip everything. I guess it would be this way. You're gonna go hands on the ground. Bring your foot back so you're in push-up position. We're gonna do pigeon pose. So one knee is gonna come bent in between my hands, and then my foot is gonna come across my body, and I'm gonna sink into that. So if my left knee is forward, my foot comes to my right side, and I sit down into pigeon pose. So from the front, your push-up position, drive your knee forward, foot comes across the body, and I sink down into pigeon pose. So I'm going to feel that through my leg that's bent in front, that same glute. So think stay nice and tall with the shoulders. You want to line up. Line up the back glute, knee, ankle is nice straight line, and then we're staying nice and tall, feeling that open up through the hips. Breathing in through your nose, out through the back of the throat. Let everything relax as you breathe. You could also take this front foot and bring it more forward. You're going to get a deeper stretch, a little bit more through your IT band versus your glute. So if you can get this as straight as you can, and then you push your hips back on top of it. So you don't want to just be here with the hips open up. It's not going to stretch anything. We want to take our hips so that they're still squared off with the shoulders, hips underneath the shoulders. You're going to feel that front leg more through your IT band. And we do that same thing on the other side. So come back up to push-up position and bring one knee, drive it in between your hands. Foot comes across and you sink down into it. So long, straight leg, back leg, hip, knee, ankle, nice straight line. Staying tall, stretching through the glutes. If this is way too much for you, you could take like a pillow or a couch cushion or something and put it underneath your butt here so you're not stretching as much. You're a little bit higher through the hips so it doesn't stretch as much. This one's called Cobra. Nope, I lied. This one's called Pigeon pose. So your leg is like your tail feathers of your pigeon, and your knee is the talon, claw, foot of the pigeon. like yoga poses are sometimes like constellations in the sky. They're like, that doesn't quite look like what they said, but we'll go for it. Okay, take your foot and you're going to pull your foot more straight and then try to sit back onto your hips. So you're feeling more of that stretch through your IT band. I'm feeling this one more in my glute. Last one was in my IT band, but it's going to take a little bit away from the around the hip. Okay, grab a quick drink of water. That's about half, more than halfway. Grab a drink. Okay, we've got about 5 more stretches. You're going to do a star stretch, laying on your stomach. So, if you have enough room, laying on your stomach, this one's called star stretch. So you're going to go arms out wide, and then you're going to lift up one foot. If I lift up my left foot, it's going to go to my opposite hand. So right hand, I'm just reaching over, opening up my hips, trying to get my foot towards my hand, stretching through my low back. I'm going to hold that for a second, and then I'm going to switch sides. So now I lift up my right leg, and it goes towards my left hand. I'm reaching towards the hand, get a good stretch for a second, and then we're going to switch. So we're going to alternate, stretching through the low back, twist, open up the hips, and switch sides. Okay, then we're going to come to a child's pose position. So push up, sink your butt towards your heels, reach out in front of you with your hands, and sink down, shoulders to the floor. Rest your head, take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you don't feel a stretch through the shoulders, you can tent the fingers, so you go straight on your fingers and pop your hands up, and you're going to let your chest sink deeper to the floor. And then you're going to reach your hands to the left, long stretch through the obliques, through the shoulder. And reach your hands to the right. Okay, then you're going to lay on your back. So we're essentially doing the star stretch, but on our back now. These ones are called elbowers. So you're going really wide with the hands, so you're laying like a cross T, letter T. You're going to drive your leg up, and it's going to cross over to the opposite side. So right leg to left hand, get a good stretch, whoo, hamstring. And then you're going to bring it back to the center and drop it down, switch sides. Drive your leg up, cross it over, reaching towards that hand. Hamstring, center, and drop it down. Hopefully you guys are awake by now. Oh man, that'll light you up. For me, hamstrings are tight, so I always stretch the hamstrings. Breathe, 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 breathe. Center, and then lower. Drive your leg up above your face, reaching over towards the opposite hand. Back to the center, and drop it down. Up, over, ooh, long stretch. Up, down. Okay, then we're gonna do, this is our figure 4. So you're gonna bend both knees. One ankle is going to go on a knee. So if my right ankle goes on my left knee, then I'm going to reach in between the hole that my leg makes and around the outside till I can grab the back of that straight leg. So I'm, whatever leg is the straight leg, hand goes in and around, I'm holding the back of the knee, and then I'm going to pull it towards me. Gently stretch it through my hips, my glutes. And then I'm going to rock side to side with my figure 4. So I'm going to let my hips, my legs fall to the left. And then I'm going to let my hips, legs fall to the right. I'm going side to side. So I'm holding that figure 4 position and just rocking side to side through the hips. And then we're going to switch to that same thing on the other side. So unwind my leg, and then this is my straight leg now. Other leg comes up, ankle on my knee. I'm going to lift up. So right leg is straight leg, hand comes through around to the back of the knee, and then I'm going to pull it towards me. It's getting a little, I'm starting to get a Charlie horse or a cramp. I'm going to straighten out the leg. So holding, stretching, you're going to feel that through your glute. Figure 4 stretch. And then you're going to go let your legs fall to one side, stretch it through the glutes, low back, and then flip to the other side. Okay, then we're going to go both knees towards your chest, and you're just going to rock forward and backward. Knees to your chest, rocking from your shoulders to your hips. And you're just going to slowly get bigger in your rocks, feel like a roly poly bug, until you can come all the way up to a seated position. So whatever comfortable seated position you want to sit in. We're going to go ear towards our shoulder and just relax, kind of letting it stretch through the neck. Breathe. Forget to breathe. When you're holding something, stretching, then you just hold your breath and breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And other side, ear to the opposite shoulder, stretch the other side. Okay, then you're going to go eyes looking at an armpit. So looking down, whatever armpit I'm looking at, you could take your hand, go on the back of your head, and just gently, very slowly can also take the opposite hand that's not doing anything and go behind your back. Might just open up through that neck, shoulder a little better. And do that same thing on the other side. So I'm looking into one armpit, whatever armpit I'm looking at, that same hand would go on the top of your head. Gently stretch towards you. And then the opposite hand goes behind you to open up the shoulder. Whew. Give a little neck massage. Okay. Then we're gonna go breathing. You're gonna one hand on your heart, one hand on your diaphragm or your belly. Take a deep breath. Go back to sleep. As much air, oxygen as you can get inside your body. And then slowly breathe it out. And keep breathing out, keep breathing out, keep breathing out until you lower abs engage. You have nothing left in the tank. And then take a deep breath in. And slowly breathe out. So you're breathing out both through the hand and the belly. Take a deep breath in. Breathe through the diaphragm. Breathe through the chest. So you fill everything up and then breathe out. Guys feeling all zenny? Feeling great? Great work. That's all I got for you. Enjoy your Friday. Feel light. Go drink some water. Get a good solid breakfast in you. Some healthy proteins. And we will see you tomorrow. Happy Friday.